Hi, and welcome back to Wicked Ones Tarot. My name's Carmen, and today we have a reading for somebody that's likely in a no contact situation. We have somebody who's been holding back, somebody who has been seeking out solitude after, I think, kind of hiding their true feelings about a situation or a person. But this Three of Cups suggests that we have some sort of reunion happening, some effort to run into you or find an opportunity to tell you the truth. So this person wants to tell you why things didn't work out, why they ran away, why they didn't tell you the truth in the first place. There's an important conversation that has to happen. So let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime time. I hope you're having a wonderful day so far. We've got to dive in with the situations deck, right? We've got to see if we've got that reconciliation or come together card has been coming out like the last 3 days, maybe. So, and I'm counting both the live streams and the shorts. Thank you for watching those, by the way, you guys. All right, let's see. What else do we have? Offer on the table. Yes, definitely for somebody who's in a low or no contact situation where you're just sitting there like, are you going to say something? Like, what are you waiting for? Hi there, Danny. How are you doing? So this feels like somebody realizing that they can't really put off this conversation that maybe they've been delaying for a little while now, and that they're just going to have to dive in. They don't know what to say. They really don't know what to say. We have family and wish. So I see this kind of 3 different ways here. With the family and wish, the first version is that somebody has realized that they want to have a family. They may have been avoiding like settling down or, serious relationships until they realized that not having you in their life was a big void, a big difficult situation for them that they couldn't really fix. For the second group of you, there is a person that is going against what their family believes they should be doing because it's more important to them that they live an authentic life. Yes, of course. Thank you, Danny. So the third group, there is like someone in your family that so wants to see you happy. It's kind of adorable, actually. They're going to find a way to pull you two together, like some ridiculous, like rom-com movie. I'm like, oh no, they want to be together. We'll find a way to make them run into each other at a grocery store or a restaurant or a wedding. Yeah, a wedding, because everything happens at weddings. There's something here that says, I knew it, says that there is like a friend or a family member that really wants to bring you two together. That could be on the other person's side. It doesn't have to be a friend of yours. There's something that kept you apart or created this separation, and a third party sees the injustice behind it. They don't feel like this should end, and maybe it's none of their business. But we do have the card I called, the Come Together card, which has been coming out the last 3 days. So we have a reunion, and I'm not entirely certain all of you want this reunion, but I do feel like the large majority of you do. Let's get a few from the Energy Oracle and see what we get from there. Patience. Are you impatient yet? Because I feel like this is saying this has been a test for your patience. Oh, look at you go. So yeah, this is like, hey, how long can you go without talking to this person that you're in love with? It's funny, honestly, because I've been watching the show alone. I love it. And I think there's an element here of somebody not realizing how much it would affect them to be away from someone else. This could be you, this could be your person, but there is like a wow, I really miss this person. All right, let's get back to the tarot, shall we? Mm, We'll go with the Egyptian tarot. King of Wands in the reverse and the Fool. Okay, so someone feels like in the past when they had an opportunity in love, they made the wrong choice. They chose to walk away. And it could have been because they were really focused on the idea of independence or being single. There could have been a little bit of, it's almost like it was difficult for this person to know what a healthy relationship would look like or whether or not they even exist. I feel like this person has been exposed to primarily toxic relationships and as a result built this kind of perception that it's probably best if I keep things like surface level or don't get too deep. And so they had this pattern of walking away even if there were emotions involved for them. Two of Wands in the reverse, the Hierophant. Man, this person is like really focused on the fact that they let a good thing go. This is like somebody basically figuring out that was my person and I fumbled it. I fumbled them. Two of Wands in the reverse is like not planning things well, not making a good decision, not really seeing the situation for what it was. And with the Hierophant in the reverse, this is not even necessarily just about the love relationship or the person, possibly you, that they're interested in. This is more so like my approach to life is wrong. I've been avoiding the best part of life because I was afraid of losing it. So this person has, especially like this angel of strength, we could be dealing with somebody that has Leo in their chart, but we have somebody for sure who has been able to realize what was holding them back, what was a weakness, what was a poor decision. And they've been able to change their perspective here so that they know what is really important or what they should be shooting for. It's so funny, you guys. These are the two cards I would consider to be like the marriage or the like higher level relationship card. And we're talking about somebody who's changing their perspective and realizing they made a bad decision. They might have been mad while they made it. And we have both of that. It's like no relationship and then like wedding. So somebody's like completely changed how they view being in a relationship. It feels like somebody has taught them you can actually have a healthy relationship. Hi there, Miss Joanna. How are you doing? So I do feel like you have inspired this person. And they feel like they need to see you because there is unfinished business here. There is something they need to address in terms of why they decided to go about the situation the way that they did. And they want to explain why they didn't choose you and why they know that wasn't a good look. All right, let's go to the Marigold Tarot. We have the Queen of Wands in the reverse and the King of Wands. That's a lot of Wands energy, and we did talk about Leo energy, so this could be kind of confirming that for us. But what's really interesting is the fact that the King of Wands in the reverse is clarified by the Queen of Wands in the reverse, and then the King of Wands came out in the upright. It feels to me like we had somebody kind of go through a few phases. Like, I'm proud that I'm living my life the way that I'm living it, even though I know that it's literally preventing me from making any serious connections with those that are around me. And so this person's kind of like, okay, so I've got it all figured out. I'm like winning at life, just like, taking the frosting off the cake, and that's what I'm eating instead of all of the cake and everything, right? And then this person starts to get jealous when they see the true happiness or contentedness of somebody who's doing it right, somebody who is actually letting go and enjoying life, being authentic. And it's like, I get obsessed with this. The idea that how could I have been so wrong? They're actually like, I could have had so many great moments, but I've been so focused on how everyone's a bad person. I never thought for once that, like, maybe, just maybe, someone is actually going to be good to me. So now we have a process by which this King of Wands in the reverse has become the King of Wands in the upright. I salute you. Good work. We've got somebody who has learned from their situation or learned from their choices, but they still feel like there's something they don't know. The Eight of Swords is in the upright, and I would have honestly expected it to be in the reverse because we have somebody that has changed their perspective. But this person still has something nagging at them. Do you see how the Eight of Swords has a tiny little tooth at the very center? It's like a toothache, right? There's something very localized that is messing with this King of Wands, something they feel they have to address with communication. Page of Wands. This came out yesterday, I believe. Yeah, we have somebody who feels like it's time to break the silence. Really? This is kind of awesome, actually. So we have the Seven of Wands and then the Nine of Rings in the reverse. This is probably related to my last short video, which has a black background on the font that you can see in the little thumbnail. This is the right time. Things didn't work out, and this person learned from that, and now there's a different perspective. This Nine of Rings in the reverse is like the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. Nine of Pentacles in the upright is being single. This is clarifying our Four of Wands. Somebody realizes that it's time to settle down. It's time to give in to love. Four of Cups. They're worried that rejecting you or taking so much time to talk about this situation will result in you rejecting them. But I feel like this really comes down to how healed this person is and obviously what happened between the two of you. I think the majority of you are interested in hearing what this person has to say, but there are some of you that are just kind of like, too much time, too much BS, you know? So this King of Wands is now coming out as the King of Swords, somebody who has wised up. There's our Ace of Swords again, somebody who is ready to tell the truth about why they didn't want to get in a relationship with you. It keeps coming out, it keeps repeating. And then as a result, this person can't really focus on other things. They're very much so wondering how they could approach this, wondering what they should say, wondering what you'll say back. A little bit like obsessive. Page of Rings or Page of Pentacles in the reverse. Eight of Wands in the reverse. Ace of Wands. I like that. The Eight of Wands coming out in the reverse is a card about not taking action or not communicating, which I don't like to see in a no contact reading, right? Except for comes out next to the Ace of Wands. And after the Page of Pentacles in the reverse, somebody has learned, because they tripped and fell and fumbled this whole situation, that they have to do something different. They can't keep doing the same thing and expecting to find happiness. This person knows that they have to take a different approach. They have to do something new. This Ace of Wands, it's not a joke or like a coincidence that it's a rose. This is a love offer. This is a new beginning. And you can see the thorns on there real easily. This person accepts the fact that there is risk with love, but they don't want to lose out altogether. All right, we're going to go with the Santa Muerte deck. Three of Swords. Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. The one that got away. Someone has learned their lesson because for once, being the first to walk away wasn't the best way to avoid getting hurt. There's guilt here. Somebody feels like they gave up something that was beautiful for them. Something that could have been just right. Because I'm looking at this Three of Swords, not so much as somebody breaking somebody else's heart, but somebody breaking their own heart. This person broke their own heart by walking away from what they truly wanted because they felt like they were protecting themselves. We have the Three of Pentacles. Four of Wands in the reverse. By trying to do things alone, by avoiding true connections with the people in this person's life, this individual realized that it was holding them back or that they weren't getting like the full experience, right? This is somebody who's like, oh, well, if I didn't have any waffles when I went to Waffle House, did I actually go to Waffle House? Fun fact, I actually routinely say Waffle House because it's so much more fun. And also I adore Waffle House. Did you know the last time I went there, the lady asked me if I wanted my Dr. Pepper to go? Angel. I was like, why, yes, I do. And I left it at the dang table. And I'm like a step away from my car. And she comes running out with my Dr. Pepper, you guys. I just love Waffle House so much. Anyways, somebody realized they were missing the whole point. Like, oh, I guess if I'm here to live a life, I should probably stop like preventing anything that actually feels like a human connection, you know? Page of Pentacles in the reverse. You guys, these are the same card. So that's like Spirit saying, yeah, no, I already told you. They're chewing gum. I don't have gum, so it's kind of hard to imitate. But they're just like disappointed in me. Like, no, I already told you what that is. Somebody lost out because they were trying to protect themselves. But what did they really do? They hurt themselves. We may see the Five of Swords because this is coming across a little bit like self-sabotage. Ace of Wands in the reverse. Knight of Pentacles. I denied myself what I wanted. I avoided that new beginning. I decided I would just keep doing the same old shit that I've been doing forever. And then after I got a little ways down that path of living the same life, I realized I didn't want that anymore. I realized I wanted more. I realized how important you are. This person has had a lot of time to think. All right, let's get a little bit more from the Beginner's Tarot. Page of Swords in the reverse. King of Pentacles, High Priestess in the reverse. This person, we'll call him the King of Pentacles now since he's come out as the King of Pentacles most recently, but he has come out as the King of Wands, the King of Swords. So this could be an Emperor. Just missing the King of Cups. This King of Pentacles has considered himself to be rather intelligent, viewed himself as strategic even. And it's like there's a sense here that the strategy has had to switch up because the King of Pentacles has learned the value of compassion and honesty and good things, even if they don't last forever. So again, a change in perspective, right? Because they realize now when they have hidden motives or when they try to prevent people from seeing what their true motives are, that things don't really go their way. Somebody's learned perhaps from karma or just not getting to be around you. Five of Cups in the reverse. Somebody realizes a change is necessary. There is some healing going on here as well. So if you're asking or curious about whether or not they have been seeking out some wisdom, they have. I feel like this kind of took them by surprise. They didn't expect to feel so much for somebody. Two tens. 10 of Swords, 10 of Wands in the reverse. So the 10 of Swords really comes across to me as like defeat, almost like I torpedo the situation or I self-sabotage, and then immediately I'm like, oh, I totally did that the way that I wanted to. Sweet, go me. And then I start walking down that path and almost immediately regret it. Like, what am I doing? Like, am I so used to destroying things and hurting people that it just comes naturally for me? It's because somebody was being stubborn. There's obstinacy on here, the 10 of Wands in the reverse. Hi, Neha. You can request a personal reading if you want by emailing me at wickedwandstarot@gmail.com. Otherwise, there are some yes/no readings that give answers, so that might help as well. Just did a short like that. I don't know if you guys enjoyed that. Hopefully you did. All right, what else do we have? Actually, let's go to the Gypsy Oracle. Servant in the reverse. Weird, because I almost said service in the reverse. Obviously, same first four letters there. I think this person has been used before. I think they have dealt with very controlling energies and realized that the best way to avoid this issue going forward is to not get too close, to keep people distant. And that seemed to solve their problem for a little bit there. Hi there, Clive. How are you doing? So, isolation was the strategy, or, superficial connections. Ooh, I do love to see this lady in the upright. This is fortune and waiting. So there could be some element here of someone knowing that things are going to get better for them financially. Shit, maybe you got a trust fund. Maybe you're getting an inheritance. Whatever it is, this could have contributed to somebody feeling like they had to keep people distant because it was difficult to know whether or not people were trying to use them for their money or their assets. Thief in the reverse. But they found somebody who was true, somebody who was honest. Priest. I'm taking this priest as a sign that there was something inspirational or something worth following in this love interest, probably you, that not only proved to this person that there are good people out there who aren't after your money, but also that there is a way to be more giving to others. So I feel like it was a really kind of like a heavy lesson, even as it was comforting, right? Because at the same moment, this person realized someone actually loves me for me. That's powerful. But they also realized I've been doing myself a disservice and I've been horrible to people because I assumed all of them were horrible. Who else have I misjudged, A little bit concerning. Yes, I think we all agree, Miss Joanna. Show me the money. All right, and then we have room. I don't know why, so maybe this is important to someone out there. But as I saw this card, what I heard in my head was how Peter Sellers would say room in the Pink Panther series, like the old ones, obviously, not Steve Martin. So maybe that's important to somebody. Maybe you grew up watching those. Maybe you've always loved the Pink Panther. Maybe you watched this with your person. But there also could be something in particular concerning like a trip or somebody coming to visit, a room. I don't know why it's coming through so strong, but there could be a goal here to reunite and then find a way to, take a trip together. We have Lord in the reverse. I mean, honestly, what I feel is you have simultaneously inspired someone to have a higher self-worth or value themselves in a better way, but also like knocked them down a peg. It's like good and bad. Like, don't take yourself so seriously. You're not like top dog, or you're not like God's gift to men or women or whatever. But also like reinvigorating this person's spirit in terms of I can live the life that I want to, or I deserve to be happy. So it was a very beautiful karmic lesson, I feel like. Thank you, Clive. So let's get a few final thoughts for you guys. I think we want to grab a few from the Hidden Truth. See what else we have for you guys. And then I gotta run. I wish I was going to Waffle House. I am not going to Waffle House, sadly. And if anyone else out there is awesome enough to pronounce it that way, please tell me in the comments. I want to know. I feel you even though we are apart. There is a pretty strong connection here that does enable some intuition to go back and forth. Some perhaps dreams or lyrics might be kind of hitting tough, you know what I mean? You don't know how hard it was to let you go. I hope that you can forgive me one day. This is right underneath the hope or wish. It was my fault, but I blamed you. And we need to let each other go. So, as you can see, this is a little bit of back and forth, right? This person tries to let you go, but they still feel your energy. This person said, you don't know how hard it was to let you go, implying they've already let you go, but you keep coming back into their energy. They blamed you, but they know it was their fault, and they want you to forgive them someday. So I feel like there is a need to get a little bit of courage, a little bit of perhaps conviction that even if somebody were to just apologize and not get, you know, the answer they were looking for, they would still feel better because they had done what they had basically declined to do earlier, right? Hey, hon, Kavu, if you have specific questions, you can totally ask for a personal reading. Otherwise, there are some readings in my playlist that have like yes, no questions, but I don't really do that in the general readings. Thank you so much, Mike. How are you doing? If you guys need music recommendations, Mike's your man. All right, let's grab just a couple from the Zodiac fortune telling and then we will call it a day. Someone who is ill is going to recover. Ooh, we had this one yesterday. A call from a loved one, a kiss. So I do think there is communication coming in for the majority of you here. You are inclined to rule and help people. You are one who stands by a person who needs you. Yeah, I do feel like you taught this person compassion or the value of a reliable friend, right? Somebody that you know you can go to if you've had a difficult day, somebody that will help you feel better about the situation. That's what you were for this person. And I feel like they've found it much more difficult to let you go than they initially thought it would be. All right, you guys, thank you for joining me. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. I will see you on the next reading.